From Game of Thrones to Pompeii, Kit Harington has taken his chiseled body to screens large and small. Reviewers never fail to notice just how jacked this dude always manages to be. We've noticed too. Here's how he does it. From Game of Thrones' brutal body-twisting battle scenes to the sword and sandal action of 2014's Pompeii, Harington has had to conquer quite a few stunts. Turns out, this is a solid way to get and stay in shape.
Done a lot of physical training for the role, training sort of 6 times a week.
As an actor, Harington has had to manipulate his body in numerous ways. One of his favorite ways to push the limits is by training with stunt actors, thus cutting out the middlemen and learning action choreography as he trains in a way that's consistent with the character he's playing. As he told Vanity Fair, his role in Pompeii demanded daily training for 4 hours in addition to a very specialized diet. Harington doesn't just train like a fighter, he wields like one too. His workout routine has involved everything from one-handed swordsmanship to dual wielding, ranging from fighting that employs lightweight sabers to the kind that incorporates the weighty, long-handled broadswords that Jon Snow most commonly uses. His sword training was so intense for Pompeii that the Game of Thrones staff noted a change in his technique. Thanks to all that training, he returned to the celebrated fantasy series as a much more fluid and physically skilled actor. Exercise is only part of getting in shape, of course. It has to work harmoniously with a lot of other things, from a solid sleep schedule to adequate hydration and mental wellness. But above all, it must be paired with a well-balanced diet, attuned to the individual's needs, and that's exactly the kind of diet Harington follows. Here's how Harington honed himself into a lean, mean machine for Pompeii.
I went on this vigorous regime of 5 weeks of eating over 4,000 calories a day.
As Harington told Men's Health, he was eating all the time, loads of good carbs like brown rice and sweet potatoes, and lots of chicken. Of course, that can get boring fast, which is where so many aspiring athletes fail. One of Harington's trainers said the key is in the seasoning. With the right preparations, even the humble sweet potato can taste 1,000 different ways. Personally, he recommends a special blend of salt and 15 herbs called Herbamare. Picking any one exercise can be overwhelming. While the plethora of information on everything from hyper-specific diets to confusing weight machines can be a boon at times, it can also be a curse. How does one choose where to begin? How much time is any one person willing to devote to trial and error? When it comes to Harington's workouts for Game of Thrones, there's one type of exercise that has proven more useful than the rest: cable-based workouts. His trainer, Dalton Wong, developed a program that uses these exercises to mimic his in-character moves. He told Men's Journal, "We were doing lots of cable routines that would allow his body a fuller range of movement." Given that he's usually swinging his sword wrapped in layer upon layer of heavy fur and leather, it sounds like working with flexible cables is exactly the right course of action. Strength training has become more and more popular over the last few years. As Harington has spent most of his career playing brawny dudes with physical jobs to do, he's devout to the practice. But he doesn't just devote himself to any old strength training regimen. He focuses specifically on what will get him the best results. His trainer Dalton Wong focuses specifically on training Harington according to his largest muscle groups, developing routines that strengthen his back, legs, and glutes. These exercises, largely deadlifts, lateral lunges, and upper body push and pull movements, are done for 45 minutes to an hour at a pace so intense the exercises double as cardio. As anyone who's seen his muscled physique on screen can attest, this routine is clearly working. It's not enough to push one's body to the absolute limit. The serious athlete has to spend time warming up. Harington is dedicated to what is an essential part of any routine, and warming up has kept him in fighting shape. Wong shared one of the workout routines he developed for Harington, and a good third of it focuses solely on warm-up exercises. Warming up is the kind of thing that novice gym rats often skip, since it can seem like such a waste of time. But the consequences of diving right into training without warming up can be devastating. Instead, be like Harington. Be committed to getting your body ready for the thorough workout that ensues. When all is said and done, even the most perfectly calibrated routine can't trump stagnation. That's why having a variety of activities is so important to staying in shape, a tenet that Harington lives by. In 2016, he noted, "The physical stuff is very much a part of who Jon Snow is. I've got into rock climbing, ice climbing, sword fighting, and horse riding. So what have we learned? One cannot live by squats, pull-ups, or diet alone. We have to adapt, shake it up, and try new things.
The high intensity interval training keeps me in shape for fighting wildlings, while the increased muscle mass helps me defend the Seven Kingdoms against 55-foot giants.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about Kit Harington and Game of Thrones are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.